Hello everyone, you are welcome to today's stream. Let me first confirm my audibility. If you can hear me, just indicate so that we'll just proceed from here. Just type on the chat box so that we'll just proceed. If you can hear me, today is a tricky day like I stated yesterday. Today is a tricky day actually. So I'm having double bias, but still, we'll still wait for more information. Now is just 8:25, so we'll wait for the 4 hour for this 4 hour candle to close first of all, because I don't have a clear directional bias. So after the candle closure, we'll know whether we are going to buy or we are going to sell. Yesterday, actually, the direction was buys. I was so confident of the buys, of which it delivered to our target. So if you are checking silver as well, silver is still communicating that there is still more place to go. This high is something to target on silver. But if you are checking gold, you'll notice something interesting here. Something of interest here today is on the daily time frame, you'll notice that it traded back into a daily fair value gap, a daily sell fair value gap, meaning there is still chances that on this daily time frame we might have some push to the downside. So, but apart from that, silver is still communicating bullishness. So, but then if I'm going to go short today, I will need to wait for a 1 hour candle confirmation. If there is any confirmation on the 1 hour time frame communicating shorts, then we are going to go for the shorts, even though silver is still seeing that there are more higher prices. But if we are going to go long again, if we are going to go long, a good place to long gold is here. This line I just placed here. After the 4 hour candle closure, if it closes bullish first off, is the first confirmation if we are going to go long, of which I'm more comfortable longing and shorting, despite we are in a daily sell fair value gap. So if we are going to go for the long, after the 4 hour candle closure, I'll wait for a retracement down to the 4 hour fair value gap, bullish fair value gap. After the closure of this candle, the fair value gap will be between here and then here. So after the closure, I'm going to look for long there. I'll be more comfortable longing today. But then, if the market communicates bearishness, I will still align with that. So today we are having double bias, but then there is still high likelihood that we are going to trade today. If you check the economic calendar as well, you'll notice that we are having known from, I mean, FOMC. This month is quite interesting due to the fact that this month there wasn't any NFP in this month, and it's due to some of the fundamentals. Even though I'm not a fundamental trader, but you can easily depict that the reason there was no NFP this month was due to the fact that there was US government shutdown, and the there is no any it will be too predictable if there will be NFP, since there is shutdown, meaning all federal workers in US are not working anymore, meaning you know and known farm pay rule is just related to employment, so it's something closely connected. That's my own depiction, sha. And it may be otherwise. That notwithstanding, we are technical traders, so my own interest is just the technical aspect. So today we are just waiting for the 4 hour candle closure. If it closes bearish, I'll be more interested in sales. But still on still, I will still wait for a confirmation on the 1 hour time frame in order to make my execution for this short. While if it drops, I mean, if it closes bullish and then it drop down here to this breaker block, I'll make an execution either on the 1 minute time frame, 5 minute time frame. These two time frame I'll be monitoring price there and then execute. We'll be doing this live and direct. I've been posting setup. If you are new here, my name is Elisha, and I have been posting my setup for the past 2 years or thereabout on Telegram. So I decided to be doing that, doing this on YouTube this time around. So, and so that you see it real time, and you definitely learn something new from this channel. So if you are new here, just hit the subscribe button, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to my Telegram channel where I drop updates there about the trade. And here we go. So we'll just patiently wait for what the market has for us. Unlike yesterday, we executed before our candle closure. That was because the setup formed during our own timing, but then before our candle closure. But today we need more information, so we are not just doing random stuffs here. That's the overall reason why we will have to wait today. We are not just so desperate to place our own position while neglecting, our own analysis. That's something I learned the hard way while I was first starting out as a trader. The first time I started trading, I learned about technical analysis on YouTube. And after learning about technical analysis, I was so excited. Support and resistance. So I was so excited. You know what? I I did not even started with Demo. I started with a real account back then. I deposited into my broke. I think it was around $50 or thereabouts. So I deposited around $50. I was so excited that I will make money, and I'll just jump on the chart without even analyzing. I'll drop to the 1 minute time frame without any significant analysis on the higher time frame. I used to think that if the monthly time frame takes a complete whole month for it to form, why will I go there since I'm going to just scalp and day trade? I had no idea. I was with the mindset that I should just instantly, analyze on the 1 minute time frame and then execute. So each time I just analyze on 1 minute time frame, I'll execute. Guess what? It will just go to my stop and then move in my direction. That's how the struggle started. I knew that definitely, but then I saw people making money from the financial market. I knew that definitely there is something wrong with me, and so I went and even pursued for more knowledge. So I tried a lot of stuff before finally even settling for on this strategy. One thing that I learned throughout my journey as a trader is, you have to be very patient. Patient is highly important, and it is how you make the money. You make the most money while waiting for the original setup. So after the 4 hour candle closure here, I'll expect some retracement to this line after the closure. If it closes bullish, of which I think there is high likelihood of closing bullish too. So if it closes bullish, I'll just wait for a retracement down to this line, and then execute either on 1 minute, depending on what the market communicates, either 1 minute or 5 minutes. The highest time frame we're going to execute today is either 1 minute, 5 minutes, and then I think max is 15 minutes, of which I doubt today will execute on 15 minutes if we are going for longs. While if we are going for shorts, it will be on the 1 hour time frame, strictly on the 1 hour time frame. So once again, you are welcome, and we'll just continue to it. Yesterday, we discussed having a brief book review at the course of the waiting process. So I guess we'll just straight away just be reviewing a book related to trading, personal development, and finance. So, like I told you yesterday, this is the book I am currently rereading. So, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. So we are going to just have a brief review on it. We'll take one chapter perhaps, and then just draw some important points so that we'll still apply it in our own trading. Money is all about psychology. So we are going to have that psychology in order to even make and multiply money. In the meantime, let me still check the chart. And then, hold on, let me just zoom it a little bit. So I'm trying to zoom it and then map something important here. I'm going to map this out. This is 820 open, so it's still important as well. I think 820 is this kind of bullish candle. Is this bullish candle? So I think is perfectly fine right now. In the meantime, we are just waiting and waiting and waiting. If it closes bullish, the 4 hour candle precisely. If it closes bullish, we then look for longs, of which I'll be more comfortable longing today. But then if it closes bearish, we'll have to wait for the 1 hour time frame to communicate some sort of bearishness. All right, sorry guys, I I was having a call and I forgot to connect the Wi-Fi. I was using the phone. That's why it disconnected. But then we'll still manage. We'll just move in like this. Perhaps tomorrow I'll make. We'll just make it. We'll be using the Wi-Fi rather than phone for the internet connection. So, but then hold on a minute. Let me just attend to something real quick. It won't take 5 minutes. I'll just attend to something. Just stay tuned. I may not, be live all through today, but I will still try my best to see whether we can have the execution live. I would prefer that, but if it happens that it's not possible, we'll still manage it. Just be active on Telegram as well. So right now we have the 4 hour candle on the 4 hour time frame. Now we'll check how it closed. Obviously, it closed bullish rather. So now I'm just waiting for retracement into the fair value gap and precisely this line. So, and once we have that retracement, my own focus now will be to long gold. My interest now is totally long, nothing like short today. After this 4 hour candle closure, it has already confirmed my bias, my directional bias. So in this case, I'll just look for long, starting from the 5 minute time frame, 1 minute all through 5 minutes. I'll be monitoring price and you'll see how we'll come out about the setup. So in the meantime, now we'll just wait for the retracement here. Just this retracement. Let me just zoom it out because I noticed that on the video the chart is so tiny. So let me just zoom it like this. I guess I'm like this, right? So we are actually having the retracement right now, of which is something I'm interested in. So what if price just continued to the upside? That means no trade for us today. And guess what? I'll be glad not to trade because I'm not trying to force any setup. My own is just to wait for price to communicate. And then once it just goes contrary to what I was expecting, I'll just leave it because perhaps it has its own reasons. So right now what I'm looking at is just a retracement into this fair value gap. As you can see, this is a fair value gap here from here down to here. So but I do not expect that retracement to be that much down here. So immediately it just drops to this line. I'll just drop to 1 minute all through 1 minute and 5 minute time frame. I'll be monitoring price to see whether we will have that, you know, confirmation for bullishness. I'll wait for confirmation down there, and then long goal. The target is going to be simple. This is a good place to target, but apart from that, because we'll be entering on the 1 minute, so the target we may not even target up to this place, but this is a good place where price could potentially react. And why did I say it so? After last week, it closes here. There is a gap here between here down through here. At the opening of the weekly candle, there was a gap. And so this gap was, you know, if you measure the 50% level of the gap, is somewhere around this level. So this place is going to be sensitive if we are going to have a bullishness in price action. So, but apart from that, I have another method of, getting my own targets. Just like yesterday, I told you guys yesterday that we will close at a particular time. I told you the right time we are going to close, and see how price reacted yesterday. Guess what? Immediately we closed at 2.5 R. I told you guys it was around this candle closure. Since we were day trading, so even today I'm still day trading. I'm not going to swing anything. So all the setup I'm going to take, I'll be taking on this live stream is going to be strictly day trade, meaning intraday trade. I mean intraday, meaning I'll be closing the setup. We'll know the outcome of the setup before the close of the daily candle. So that notwithstanding, yesterday, our own target was here initially. We targeted this fair value gap because I knew price will react there. So, but then, after price went bullish, the next candle was bullish. And guess what? After 11, it was still bullish. We closed at immediately 11:55. So around that time, it was just around this candle closure. So it was the particular time we closed. And guess what? Immediately it did not, went to target, to retrace, and even came back to our own entry. So had it been we left the position and we were opting for the full target based on the intraday drop, we wouldn't have had the full target. Rather, we would have been stopped out at break even. So even today, once we make the execution, we can still exit based on timing, and I'll be monitoring price to see where it will go. And apart from that, I still have another method of measuring targets. I have another method of measuring targets. So this is like 1,437 pips. So 1,400, that's like 700 pips. We might just target 700 pips after our own entry, either on the 5 minute time frame, 1 minute time frame, or 15-minute time frame. Guess what? If we enter on the 1 minute time frame, it might be of a low probability, but 5 minutes is the one I'm more comfortable entering after retracement into this fair value gap, the 4 hour, I mean, and even this line. So just wait, and even potentially it could even drop too low to here, of which I will still execute as low as this level down here. I'm holding the mic. I noticed something with this mic. If it's hung here, The mic is hung here. You may not hear me the way the my audibility will not be as expected. So that's why I was holding it. But then it's impacting, you know, navigating the chat. It's having an impact on how I navigate the chat. So you just have to bear with me. So, but then immediately price either it could drop here or that level. Any of these two levels is where I will be. Let me go to the 4 hour time frame. Okay, yes, something like this. It drop down to here. I'll start immediately drop down to here. Be monitoring 5 minutes and the 1 minute time frame for entry. So, like I said, our own target here is a place based on price action, a place that could potentially react. And then if you measure it, is almost the 700 pips I was saying. So maybe at around 700 pips, we will just close, maybe perhaps something like this. At around maybe a target like this, we'll just close. It's crazy, bro. If you were trading gold in the past, let's say 2 years, you notice that for gold to do 700 pips in a day, it's it takes, I mean, it's almost impossible for gold to trade for, to move for 700 pips. Back in 2023 and 2022, we used to target, my target used to be 100 pips, and you come to see that, most times it's just 100 pips. But, yesterday, our own entry here, just from here to here, is just 500 pips. So there was a shift in volatility, which is good. We'll continue to make money out of all the moves. So in the meantime, it appears like gold is not intending to drop down to the fair value gap. Guess what? We'll continue the waiting game. That's trading, bro. So my own interest is just something like this. For the stop loss, I don't know. It will be it will be a refined entry. So definitely we will. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm trying to stop this, right? Okay. So my own target is here. I'm just using one hand as well. Wow. Let me just drop the mic a little bit. My own interest today is and something like this. But then the entry is going to be sniper due to the fact that we'll be entering on lower time frame from 1 minute or to 15 minutes. So this is the interest. It could be as just directly here, and then very well, gold is dropping. So there we have it. There we have it. There we have it. There we have it. Gold is now already in the fair value gap, but yet to touch that level. So any moment from now, we might just execute. So any moment from now, we are going to execute. Just stay active. This is not a financial advice. First off, and I'm not liable for anything you incurred. I'm just doing this for educational purposes. For those that are finding it hard to be profitable in this market, trying to show you that yeah, it's possible. It's not a myth being profitable. So any moment from now, we'll just have our own setup long. Any moment from now, we'll have a long setup. So my very interest here is a job through this line or this line. Any of these two lines is where we might have the long. The only reason I may not be very comfortable trading on the 1 minute time frame is because we have this line, this lower level, of which I'll still be expecting bullishness. So, but now we'll just be waiting for the reaction of price. It is already in the 4 hour fair value gap. So now we'll just wait and wait and wait. So also let me check my accounts. Okay, my accounts are here. And even to make it interesting, how about we pass a challenge together? How do you see? I mean, I'll purchase it and then trade it with you guys to see how we are going to pass and even get to the funded stage and make payout. Okay, okay, Samuel, you can hear me, right? That's great. So if you are joining very, if you are just joining, just like, subscribe, and even share. Just like, subscribe, and share. We are about to take a live trade here, so I'm just monitoring the reaction of price. It has already entered the 4 of your value, but I'm still anticipating a little bit push. So it's here to drop to here, this level. So any of these two levels will suffice in, once we have any confirmation, we enter, and then our stop loss just below the low, we recently created low, and then target 700 pips. So if you are joining newly, you just subscribe, and then also subscribe to my Telegram channel. I used to drop setups there. I've been dropping it for more than 1 year now, and both the losses and the win, but overall the statistic is just positive. So go, it seems like go want to just live without us. Wow. Let's still wait. Perhaps it will just, this retracement will go as high as here and perhaps drop. If it goes, this place could potentially drop price. We'll still wait. But then any moment from now, we'll have our own setup. That's the game. we make money by, being patient, not forcing the move. I remember back then, if I see something like this, I'll just execute because I will be so afraid that I will miss the move. But then, after growing, after witnessing so many market conditions, you know, I had to just be patient. If I miss the move, it's totally fine. I've made money on Monday, on Tuesday, yesterday. It was profitable, so there's no point of pushing it hard. Like, it's the only trade in the world. You'll be thinking as though it's the only trade. If you miss it, there won't be any other opportunity. But that's your mind communicating, something that is wrong. You can have many more opportunities, thousands, and even more than that of opportunities are being provided by the market. So because you just missed one singular opportunity doesn't mean that you won't be profitable. It means that you are not risking. And if you are not risking, guess what? Your money is safe. But if you risk and it goes against you, and is totally against your own game plan, then definitely you will suffer the consequences. So any moment from now, we are still anticipating more drop, a little bit more drop before dropping to the 5 minute time frame for execution. So if you are also having any concern or question, you can still drop it in the chat box. I'll attend to that. Today's book review may not be possible, but most likely tomorrow we'll have it. So
Explore new ways to tune into your music with Spotify Premium. Smart
well,
Shuffle adds recommendations into your playlist to show you new sounds. Or you can make music a shared experience when you host a jam, where you and your friends can add songs and listen in together. Tap the banner to learn more.
I guess I'll have to subscribe to Spotify Premium. because of this harassment.
Lean into the sounds you
I mean,
love.
ads
Take your
everywhere.
playlists
It's
anywhere with
crazy.
offline downloads,
Bro.
or play your song of the moment again and again with unlimited repeats. Get all the music without hearing audio ads on Spotify Premium. Tap the banner to learn more.
What's happening, guys? I'm trying to type, but instead of letters, it is especially those towards the right. The JKL is just basically numbers instead of letters. I guess I mistakenly pressed a button. Now, instead of writing the letters, instead of typing I now, it is displaying 5. So I guess I'll need to check something from the setting on the keyboard. Is it number lock or something? Let me see whether it's the number lock. Well, wow, it's still the same thing. Still showing the same thing. Instead of to type J, either this is G, this is K, this is L, this is M, this is POI. I mean, crazy. Mistakenly pressed something, while picking the PC. So now I can't be able to type what I wanted. So there is still possibility, since now this kind of is bullish, perhaps we may see a retracement to here before dropping, or it will just go and live without us. Any of these two is possible. So it's still possible, after retracing here to drop, that's when we will execute, or to just go and go and go, of which we have no positions in. Since we are here for an intraday position, no need to be in a hurry. But had it been this is a swing position, we would have executed, since it has entered the forward favor lookup, and then the stop loss will be either here or here, something like this. So, but then, after you have to wait to here and potentially here in order to have a good risk to reward trade. But then this is day trading, so we just have to be patient to have a better feeling on your position. And let me still confirm. Yes, this is the price level. Just rejected by some few points. Few points. Had it been, just these few points it tapped here, be more comfortable. But mind you, today we are having FOMC. So price may, still move somehow, and it may move somehow, and be funny. So that's why we have to be very patient. Had it been it tapped this price level I just placed here, we would have executed right now, because this is our own type, my own type of entry. Would have executed immediately. This 15-minute favor lookup closes bullish, would have executed. So, but then, it refused to tap this level. So in this case, we'll just have to wait. No pushing. But still, it's still possible for it to go up. Okay, you said check if my number lock is on. Let me still check. Number lock. Even though on this keyboard, I let me check the keyboard. Okay, it's on actually. It's displaying on. It's being displayed. There is a light on the number lock, so definitely it's on. Let me see whether how will I deactivate. Directly clicking on the number lock is not working. Let me try control number lock. Still it's not working. Shift number lock. Still it is still displays alternate number lock still. Perhaps I will have to just wait for maybe after the live stream. I will check some YouTube video in order to deactivate. Okay, okay, Mr. Okay, function, and then let me try that. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Samuel. It worked. So it's working right now. Let me try it. Let's try it. Exactly, it's working. As you can see, all the this thing are being displayed. So thanks a lot. I also learned something new. That's beautiful. Gold is still dropping as expected. We are waiting for confirmation. So we are just waiting now for confirmation. It is dropping to the level. We may either long from this level or this level. Any of these two level will give us a good place to long gold. Mind you, we have to be careful of the 1 hour time frame. What is the 1 hour communicating? Nothing. So I think it is still good. Right now, I'll drop to the 5 minute time frame because now our level has been tapped. So, but then we have to be really, really careful with our entry because this is still a place it could go. So that now I'm just waiting for confirmation. The major reason why I wouldn't trade on the 1 minute time frame is because we have this level. But had it been this level is absent, would have dropped to the 1 minute time frame and start looking for confirmations for long. But in the meantime, now we just have to wait and see whether we'll push just directly from here. If we push, it will be great, and our stop loss will just be below this low. And I'll be comfortable, even after being stopped out. If it still drops down to here, we'll still re-enter once more, and then wait for the outcome. So, but then right now is our own point of interest. We'll just wait for the reaction of price to see what is price communicating. We are not forcing any setup. We're just following our plan. Mind you, our target is almost 700 pips, so the risk to reward will be crazy, perhaps. Even if we get stopped out once before even realizing the target, still it will make that up. The risk to reward will make that up. And one thing I do is I monitor silver as well. So let's check for silver on the 1 hour time frame. Well, silver on the 1 hour time frame is still communicating that there is still more downward move to be expected, either to this other block, this fair value gap, any of this, or the one below. This is the discount fair value gap. This is another, but any of these three level will cause us to go long. So each time I am correlating it with gold, it's not as though I trade silver. I just use that as a confluence in order to confirm my own entry. That's you know what we call that's what we call correlation, right? Or is it intermarket analysis? Yeah, something like that. Intermarket analysis. So you correlate gold and silver are closely they are positively correlated, meaning if gold is going up, most times silver will be also going up. So so if we are seeing any potential to go long on gold, likewise on silver, so it seems like we might be having the entry on the second price level. So immediately it drops down to the second price level, I'll be comfortable longing gold on the 1 minute time frame, because now we have no any other PDRE below that I see could necessitate for price to continue going downward. So we might even enter on the 1 minute time frame if it drops down there, of which we will target almost 700 pips. But then we have our own timed anticipation in mind. So immediately, let me check the the vertical line. Immediately, it's this particular time we close our position any 5 minutes before or after. I mean, yeah, 5 minutes before or after 12, we'll just close. So this horizontal line, this vertical line, right, is our closing hour. Is our closing. This vertical line is our closing hour. So even if we're in loss or in profit, or almost going heading for TP, we'll just close it up there, and then so that's beautiful. Imagine now you were impatient and you were like, gold will continue upward. You just executed with your stop loss here. I mean, you would have been a regret. It would have been another, you know, regretting experience. That's how being patient, pays ultimately. So right now, we are just waiting. We may have a confirmation right now, and still, if the confirmation is on the 5 minute time frame right now, I'll still long, but noting that we still have another PGRE downwards. So, but then if there is no confirmation, we still wait for it to drop down to this level, of which we will execute our longs. The bias today is long. So you can see silver has entered the premium fair value gap. It could go up from here, or perhaps still have some downward price action. Either ways, no confirmation, no entry. So currently I'm just monitoring the 5 minute time frame to see what price is communicating. So that's how I spot my setup. That's how I form all these setups. You see, I post on Telegram. That's just it is a systematic process. I wait for a particular thing, and once it happens, it aligns with my own expectation. I just execute without thinking twice. So it seems like I will be checking the 15-minute time frame first off. Okay, the 5 minutes still, and then the 1 minute. Even though my own interest is on the 5 minutes right now, it's not on the 1 minute. But once it drops down to this level, I'll have interest in the 1 minute time frame. This is our closing hour. So anything that happens beyond here, we are out of the market. Even for entry and exit, since we are day trading. So our business hours is just like work. I mean, this is just like work. You just show up by, let's say, we showed up by 8 o'clock, and then we are almost 2 hours, working. But unlike the regular 9 to 5, where you need to work hard and your boss will be on your neck, unlike that one, day trading has numerous potential. You don't get paid every month, end of the month, but then you get rewarded based on your own discipline. Once you are disciplined, And being disciplined doesn't necessarily mean, working hard. Being disciplined in this context is not working hard, it's not hard work totally. This context, being disciplined is being patient, then waiting for the right opportunity and capitalizing on them, on those opportunities. That's being disciplined. Unlike, the disciplined, they say the discipline 9 to 5 is basically hard work. So, but here, if you work really hard, the paradox is that, if you push it too hard, guess what? The market will just punish you. It's really, really punitive to those that, push it too hard. You're not pushing it too hard. You just, we are just disciplined. We are rather patient. We are rather more laid back. Because if you go to 9 to 5 with the approach that, you won't just do the work, do the work, do the work. Guess what? Your boss will either fire you or something like that. As opposed to this one, imagine just sitting down and doing nothing. So I want us to have an entry. There's still no confirmation. I'm not seeing any confirmation yet for the longs to occur. So immediately we'll just continue waiting and waiting and waiting. Since our entry will be on the 1 minute to through 15 minutes, it will be still, I guess it will be sniper. Since our target will be almost 700 pips. That's if price goes in our own direction. So you have to just be patient. Let's let's still check silver. I mean, we just have to wait for this level because silver is communicating. We are waiting for confirmation for longs. For buy. We are waiting for confirmation for buy. We are waiting for confirmation for buy. So it seems like we might just execute here. Might just execute here. Let's patiently wait. So right now I'm only seeing 1 minute confirmation and no 5 minute confirmation yet. I mean this fair value gap, this bullish fair value gap is a 1 minute confirmation, of which I told you I wouldn't be comfortable. Had it been it was this second level, price level, would have entered long right now. I would have entered long right now with my stop loss just below this low. But guess what? We still have this level, and the 5 minute is still not communicating bullishness. So we just have to wait and wait and wait and wait. But let's say it worked and then it continued here. We'll still have another confirmation on the 5 minutes, of which will go long. So no need of entering on the 1 minute time frame. I'm not comfortable with 1 minute time frame entry right now. That's why we're yet to have our position placed right now. But for confirmation, it has already been confirmed right now on the 1 minute. So, but I'm still patiently waiting. I'm still checking the 15-minute time frame. Let's see now it closes bullish. This 15-minute time frame, it closes. If it closes bullish, I'll still execute. I'll then execute. This 15-minute time frame, how many minutes remaining for the 15-minute time frame to close? I think it's just 6 minutes. And if it closes bullish without, it coming to this high, we shall execute instantly with our stop loss below the low or safely here. So apart from the 1 minute, I'm still the 5 minutes. I'm still checking the 15 right now. If this 15-minute closes without touching this high, I'll be comfortable longing. But see the reaction of the 1 minute level I told you. But it's still good because it's really dangerous knowing the fact that we have another level below. So any moment from now, we are going to enter our long. Any moment from now, Let's still check silver. So we are waiting for confirmation for the buy. Mm.
Is standing on me, and I just let it take over.
So I'm already on the long. I'm not sure what I'm seeing right now. Seems like my battery is running, so I'll have to disconnect this mic temporarily in order to. The port for the this thing is still. So I'm going to disconnect the mic. Sorry guys. So I'm going to disconnect the mic so that I'm going to charge the PC because the mic is being connected on the port of the charging on the charging port. So but I just executed the long right now. So even if you are yet to enter the risk reward is good, you can execute with your stop loss below the low, enter yet just here or here. So just enter the position and just let me just plug the PC right now. you have to pardon me because there is no mic because I'm charging the PC. It went low. But something to consider here is we have 5 minute fair value gap here, so we could anticipate more bullishness from here. This fair value gap will support price and then continue upward. So if you are yet to enter, you can still execute right now with the stop loss just below the low, and then our target is just 700 pips, which is roughly 1 is to 5R. So I don't know whether I'm audible, but if you can hear me, we are on the buy. Let me still type. So now we'll just patiently wait. Okay, let me type the SL here. If you are yet to enter, still enter. Let me type the SL 401 4001 4002 point 4002 point 00. So if you are not, it's not busy. You can't. So that would be our invalidation point. But right now we are bullish. Let me still post it on Telegram to update them. Okay, it seems like I was talking while the music was on, so we'll just call this stream to an end. Just be active on Telegram where we'll monitor and manage the trade. So be active on Telegram. If you are yet to subscribe to my Telegram channel, just go ahead right away and peace out. So that's the end, guys. See you tomorrow. And also just be active on Telegram. I will notify you what you will do.